welcome to Kind of
Yeah.
Wokish, where we are actually tired.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
basically it. We're tired. We're tired of the
Actually
bullshit,
tired.
but mostly we're just all physically tired. One of us is in pain. One of us is physically exhausted, and the other one just woke up from a nap. So, are we?
Actually did actually meditate. Okay.
We are feeling it now, Mr. Krabs.
I let you down. SpongeBob.
We
Uh,
are
so
feeling
what
it
is this
now.
this particular one? What is this one going to be about?
I thought we were doing quarantine thoughts, or maybe like a mini uh series of thoughts that we have during quarantine.
I just want to go in order, like person to person.
Uh, honestly, what is there to say? I'm tired
Mm,
of all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's just I'm
Like I'm,
tired of
I'm
being around people.
Or
tired
not.
of being at home, not being able to do anything, being low-key stressed out, can't focus on school because it's like they made things 10 times harder.
For the sake of making them harder. Like, what the fuck?
Everything's due. I don't know when stuff is due. I'm just tired. And I
One of my
can't
teachers
even,
look.
like, I'm at home and I still haven't even, I'm not even doing all the things that I want to do. I think
Uh,
I'd be drawing more, but nah.
see, that's the thing. I wanted to write. I wanted to be writing and be creative during this whole break. But writing's the last thing my brain is trying to let me do. It's like, yo, sis, it's cute, but nah. Here's what we're gonna. We're gonna lay here. Sad as fuck.
Exactly. We're
Like,
just
what you
gonna
wanted to be
lay here.
productive? That's funny. Lay your ass in bed and be sad.
Exactly.
And it's
Basically
just
it.
difficult. It's hard. Like they have to adjust to a new normal, and I genuinely feel like post pandemic, nothing is ever gonna be the same. I mean, of course, I feel like next time around we'll be better equipped, but this is gonna alter life as we know it forever. That was really weird to realize that, and I keep battling with the whole idea of a zombie apocalypse, even though that sounds ridiculous.
Mm,
I've been low-key thinking about zombies too, but I'm like, listen,
What we not gonna do is cause yourself more trauma than you really need right now. And then also, I came with this. Okay, this is gonna be a quarantine thought, in the sense of like, I was laying in my bed, and I was like, "Yo, if the zombies did happen, the thing about the zombies is they have a sickness that's ravaging their body. There's no way that they can be alive long enough to truly chase people down and eat them. You know,
absolutely not.
it's coming at your heart, and your brain can't do anything. It has no oxygen to it. If your heart stops beating, then
With a
lungs don't.
zombie virus, you would have to somehow kill the rest of your brain except the motor functions, and
Yeah,
then
but
just
eventually those
not die,
also
I guess, while the rest of the body is dying. But then you need blood to be moving, so your heart needs to pump because your muscles aren't going to move without oxygen from the red blood cells. But if your lungs dead, then you're not breathing, so there's no oxygen. So you're just
well,
body's whole ass dying.
logically speaking, all you would have
Clubby, what? It's just not gonna work out.
yeah, logically all you have to do is find yourself coop yourself up for like a week or two,
Yeah.
and everybody be dead, like
If
dead
you
dead.
had to go out, then wear a jeans jacket.
A jean
What
jacket.
what human teeth is going through a jeans jacket? That's their problem. They're over
That
here getting bitten, wearing one cotton shirt, and then wondering why. Just wear something thick. Just wear a parka when you
nigga
go
walk around
outside,
with a
and you're
fucking
not getting
jacket.
hit.
That's also really fucking true. So like logicking my way through a zombie apocalypse so I can breathe at night is a thing that's also happening. So like yo, that
Oh,
would it wouldn't make sense. Logically, it wouldn't make sense. And also I'm very religious. So like I think about the rapture a lot. That's also another quarantine. I think about the rapture a lot. And I'm like, yo, that sounds zombie apocalypse sounds something post rapture because it said there would be no death. You know, post rapture. So people are just turning. You think they're dying, but they're not dead. They're turning into something. And that's where zombies come in. Which that's just how my brain is. My thing is just don't be here after the rapture, which I don't plan to be anyway. but don't be post rapture.
Won't catch me here when he calls him home. Ha
Right.
ha!
Come on home. You
I'm
right, Jesus.
leaving.
You right, Jesus. Or whatever you believe in, just shoot for that.
I agree with the. Well, actually, I'm not even gonna lie. I do agree with the zombie apocalypse thing to an extent because I'm. But at the same time, that ain't even what I've been thinking about at all. I haven't even. I don't think I've thought about the actual, I guess, presentation of death. Present. There's a word here I'm trying to say, but I don't know where it is.
Take your
But
time.
I haven't actually thought about death, like, because nigga, it's the Rona. Like, I ain't scared of no Walking Dead ass niggas. Like, fuck you mean? I'm antisocial anyway. I stay in my house anyway.
That's something like
I'm
this. Oh, God.
It's
That's
just
something I
the
think about
dead
too.
person.
Like
it's
that's
a dead nigga. Bury them niggas. I ain't worried about them.
that's something I think about a lot. And my thing is also I think about like if there's zombies, right? Why are they not attacking each other? Like what makes them not attack each other?
They would have to
Depends on
have
which
some
type
type
of
of
zombie. You talking like
recognition of a living or a dead organism. But if it's supposed to
are
kill
we
the
talking
rest of
about like World
humanity,
War Z zombies, or are we talking about Walking Dead zombies? Because that's
well,
two
all
different zombies.
zombies.
all
Well,
zombies.
yeah. Well, one runs, one walks, but all zombies somehow can
The World
recognize.
War Z zombies were they were blind.
But they could feel each other. Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
In
but
the
even
movie, they're
still,
like
they can
on top of each other.
recognize not. I mean, living animals comparative to non-living,
Right. Like
which just wouldn't make
what
sense
them attack
in
each other.
general.
And even in Train to Busan.
Unless the zombies are supposed to be like you're alive while you're also a zombie, which would be a worse fate.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that movie? I was gonna say True Blood. What is that movie with R and the girl brought R back to
Oh,
life? Uh,
Warm Body.
Warm Bodies,
I
True Blood.
finally watched that,
I did watch that.
I
and I
also
was
watched
like,
Corny
"What the
ass.
fuck is going on?"
I
It was
definitely,
cute.
that sounds terrible.
I definitely did watch that corny ass movie. But it's just because they turned into bonies, and bonies made no sense to me. They literally have
It's
no
like, hey,
sense.
bro, these niggas are super zombies. Like they
The
were.
Yeah, it
bonies,
didn't make sense what they were. It's like,
and
oh, they like gave into being a zombie, like the other ones didn't. What I don't.
what I understand
Do
is like
you mean you have the ability to wait? You can choose to not be a zombie if you get bit. The world would be. Walking Dead would have been a very different show had people been like, "Hey, yo, just say no, bro." Like,
right.
what the fuck?
Can you imagine? You say no.
And
You
what was the
right.
bonies thing?
Say no to zombies. Can you imagine the PSA?
Oh, wasn't it that the bonies ate each other? Like they ate other zombies, and that was their thing.
Uh,
I don't remember. I
Zombies,
really didn't
they were
remember
like
watching the
zombies
show.
without a conscience. Like I guess the regular zombies, they had a conscience and they could communicate with each other, and they knew that they weren't. They knew they were eating for survival.
yeah. It's like if you hadn't eaten a human in a while, you turned into a bony. Like if you didn't keep eating people, you turned into a bony or something.
It's like that. They didn't really have a point
Yeah, that movie was
until they
weird.
absolutely needed to be like, oh, now we gotta sit here and prove, like in Happy Feet when they had to dance for the fucking humans. Like now we have to prove to the humans that we just aren't zombies that you can like it was weird.
It was so weird. Like, but yeah, that comes back to my point. Like, I was talking to my mom about this. Like, why don't zombies attack each other? Like, what stops them? Because the way zombies are described is they're not supposed to have any type of. It is just motor skills. Like, they all you think is eat. You know. So like, what stops? Like, all I think their only mindset is like eat and attack. You know. Like, what stops them?
Not eating each other. I rarely see like
Yes, we're
I
talking about
rarely
zombies.
see zombies like attack animals. They would have so much better
They would
Used.
like
exactly
time finding animals than they would
people.
us.
I've also thought about like, yo, what if there was like a whole zombie thing? Like for the first time, so I didn't watch The Walking Dead because I have a deep rooted fear in zombies. Like before I go to sleep tonight, I'm gonna have to watch hella cartoons because I will have nightmares. But the whole thing about Walking Dead, like the promo for Walking Dead, when you can see them leaving, I think it's Atlanta. You see all the cars in traffic and they're empty, and I never understood that. My brain was like, oh, because there's like the zombies are coming for them, and they can't just leave. There's traffic. They can't stop. If one person gets fucked up, this one row of people gets fucked up at the beginning, everybody's fucked up. You can't go nowhere. You're done.
See, but with the Walking Dead zombies, it'd be different if it was like the World War Z zombies. Then I could see you
Them
leaving the area
motherfuckers
and
are
running. But
crazy.
if it was like Walking Dead zombies, they were
You can
like
mow through them so
the
fast in a
Walking Dead
car.
zombies were never an issue, really, unless you were like really stuck in a whole city full of them. But like if you were running and you could see the horde coming, you might could just hunker down and hide in your car.
Or get in a tree. I always thought about like, if you can learn how to climb a tree, you're good.
Yeah.
You know,
The
that's what
Walking Dead zombies are the least scary of the zombies. It's really the people in Walking Dead are the issue.
that's the thing though. Like if it boils down to it, if it comes down to it, people won't work together to work against each other. Like again with Train to Busan, I keep referencing that because that's the most recent thing that I've seen. Um, it's like they were fighting against each other instead of collecting and going against a common enemy. Like when they forced all the people who were trying to save them out of their train car, and the woman's spoiler, by the way, and the woman's sister was like, y'all niggas shit, y'all niggas ain't shit, because her sister died trying to save them. She's basically like, y'all niggas ain't shit, and opened the door. So like,
In Train to Busan, you said?
yeah,
Yeah, that was just, like how y'all gonna call yourself a society, but you really just gonna let yourself
her,
get consumed by
Yeah.
fear and completely just lose all humanity. Well, fuck it, everyone dies now. Once you lose
right?
your
She was like, y'all
humanity,
niggas
you
ain't
just
shit.
gotta die.
Yeah, because you already lost your humanity. At that point, it's like you're basically just as bad as a zombie. Um,
Basically. So now become a zombie.
yeah.
Bitch. That's what she said. The Busan is a good ass movie.
You say Kiana?
The Busan was a good movie.
Oh, it was a good movie. It was so good to the point where like I fought my fear just to finish it.
I
Um,
just wish they didn't do us like that in the ending with that with how
He
they did
should
our
have
boy,
lived. He should have
because
lived.
we didn't deserve to see that.
have
We
y'all seen the
didn't.
trailer for Peninsula?
Yeah,
What we talking about? Train to
Fully
Busan
lost.
too?
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that Mad Max,
Say?
Terminator, Fury Road, Walking Dead, World War Z movie. I'm gonna go see it because I love the movies,
Can't hear
but
you right now.
I'm not. First of all, because I don't need to do it to myself. Second of all, because as I sit and logic myself through the improbability of a zombie apocalypse, which you never want to get too comfortable because people be fucking shit up. The improbability through just logically speaking, they would have to really enhance some sort of disease. Like that's some deep, complicated shit that wouldn't make sense to happen by quote unquote accident. And you would not just you'd have to want to wipe out everything. Because there's no way even the most even the richest people can buffer themselves only for so long. And then everybody's starving to death. Like there's only so much you can do. You're gonna run out of resources eventually. And so
I don't know.
but
I guess the best place, which I've already, I love how this went from what are your quarantine thoughts to like, no, let's talk about this. Let's get zombie apocalypse out. Where are you staying? I'm like, Walmart, Harris Teeter, Sam's Club.
yeah, but that's where people usually go, and that's where like I can think of, oh, that's like one. I think if people turn to zombies, I don't think they're into Kroger's. I see if you're sick, you know, just first of all, those people are probably in the hospital, and the last thing they're gonna do is like, I'm just gonna go, you know, but that's where the worst people are gonna be, like them selfish ass Karens and Susans and Jonathans and shit. Like, sorry if your name's Jonathan, Susan, or Karen, but
My
that's where
mom's
those
name is
Ah,
Karen,
fuck
and
you.
she's offended.
My
And
aunt's name is
I
Karen, and she's
apologize.
also offended, but it's too late because I already said, nah, fuck you.
But it's like those are the type of people that are gonna feed you to the zombies to protect them. I feel like are gonna be in places like Walmart and Kroger. So I'd say get to high ground. You know, get somewhere. Like I've always thought about that's when you, if you do get to Walmart, probably stuff Walmart, loot you a sky tent because them shits are cool looking. Get you a sky tent. Get about 10 feet, not 10 feet. Oof. Get about 30 to 50 feet off the ground and stay your ass there. Like, like I said, give it a couple weeks. With a disease like that are supposed to ravage your body like that, they're not gonna last long. Eventually, they're gonna run out of people. They're gonna be new waves of zombies, but they're gonna run out of people. And with a
That's
disease like
true.
Corona, if you're really, really sick, if you get it and you are really sick, you die within 2 weeks. So, like, any disease that's really bad like that, you're not gonna last. Your body's not gonna last because the whole point of you getting sick is your body's really trying to fight this, and you're gonna fall and die. So, like I said, get you a tent. I've thought about this way too much. You get you a tent or something, some kind of hammock or something. Get, like I said, 30 to 50 feet off the ground. If you're really going to get special, get 100 feet off the ground. Tie yourself into a tree like Katniss Everdeen and stay there. Make friends with the bugs if you got to. If somebody needs help, help them. Don't fight against each other because there's not gonna be any survivors if you're
That's
always
just against the human. Humans are just like that.
which
You
is
know what I mean? Like they're just. It's like my people, and that's it.
right. Like I would want to protect my family, and I'd only feel like if you seem like a risk in the sense where you are already trying to hurt me. Like these people who are buying 30 to 50 rolls of tissue paper, like for what? You
What the
know,
heck was that?
I'm
What
playing
was
Animal
that?
Crossing. I'm playing Animal Crossing, and I got attacked by a tarantula that I didn't know was there. This nigga came out of nowhere and bit me.
You can
Like,
do that?
yeah, there's tarantulas. Like I said, they're worth a lot of money, and at nighttime they're there. And I think every time you bring something back to your island, they suddenly now exist on your island. So, like, I brought back Atlas moss, and now I'm just walking around collecting resources, and I keep seeing Atlas moss. I'm like, oh, okay, so those are there now. We got these rare ass butterflies that are like between 1,000 and like $3,000 worth, or 3,000 bells in worth. I got a snapping turtle. It's $5,000 with bells. So like anything that you've caught from a different island now exists on your island because you're bringing back those flowers, those trees, those resources, and those animals can habitate where you are. So
It's kind of
it's
cool.
it's
It
honestly
is kind of
pretty
cool.
cool. So that's how I can feed my time or not think about zombies. And I start thinking, yo, I could live on a deserted island and catch tarantulas for new types of currency. But it's like at one point, like I said, when it boils down to it, it's like it's not because yeah, you can get over zombie and everything, but the world post zombie, you can't trust anyone else.
That's true.
Right.
Like you can't trust other people. It's the humans that you should be more afraid of, not something that I also came to the conclusion of in the quarantine. So my quarantine thoughts. Survival apocalyptic situation unfolds, which I don't think it will, because you have the disease mutates. But like I said, like that's gonna kill you. It starts in your lungs, and it goes to once those are knocked out. There's no way a zombie can happen because nigga, you dead. For your body to move, you need oxygen, you need blood. I don't care if your motor skills work. You're not going nowhere because what are you going to do?
Right. Right.
So,
Exactly.
and with a disease like this, it starts in your lungs, goes to your heart, and once those are out, you're out. So that's the only thing that gives me peace. That very morbid thought. That gives me peace about another morbid thought. I just locked down my room, and I think I have enough snacks in my room to hunker up with Mochi long enough to.
They be disrespectful dogs. They be disrespectful to the dogs in these movies.
They really do. I mean, I'm worried about Mochi because, yeah, I'm talking about you. She's scratching herself. I worry about dogs too because, like, if these zombies react to sound, and you trying to hide, your dog goes. I was like, look, I love you, but sometimes nah, I'd die for you, but you wouldn't last much longer if I died for you. You'd get eaten too. So like,
You should definitely not die for the dog, but I get it.
It's like then it's like
Yeah,
that
I was about
moral
to say,
dilemma.
I don't know about that,
It's like
but
then you have to deal with that moral dilemma. So that would be you get your dog a muzzle, like shut up, shut up, shut up.
Yeah, right.
uh,
Don't even. That's something you have to. In that moment, you'll have to deal with that.
But my dog's getting trained not to bark at things anyway, so I feel like that's the only thing that would save me is Mochi's getting obedience training specifically to be an ESA. So the last thing she's gonna do is bark at a stranger because she can't, because that wouldn't be an ESA dog. So I don't think you could train a dog to be ready for the apocalypse, but like not to bark at people things.
Well, like those police trained dogs, canine dogs, and
Yeah, I have to find one of them too and be like, "Hey, yo, we a team now."
expensive.
I mean, I'm not
Get
buy
them
one,
trained.
but post apocalypse, if you go to a police station and they have one, like, "Hey, homie, your name's now Samantha," because like, what
Oh
is the police
nah, them cops love those dogs. They would sooner shoot you.
in the dog? Yeah, I know, but it's like I don't know, because the police have to be front line, like in
And
training
they
with
take their
crime.
dog with them.
That's very true. That's very
Canine
true.
units and the police, I mean, they're saying police, but the canine units, they don't go anywhere without their dogs.
They don't. So scratch that. I have to actually buy
You
a
have
German.
to, like, kill a police officer to get one of those, and then the dog's gonna kill you.
Right,
You
dog's like,
can't
"Hey,
win.
yo, that was me. What's wrong?" I'm like,
I
but
wanted you. Nah, bruh.
nah, bro. That's not what we about to do. But when it boils down to it, it's just the worry is more so for the people post. If something like that did happen, it's more like you're worried about the people than you are the actual zombies. Which also I thought about that too. Is like you are human. How are you like human teeth are human teeth? Yes, we have certain teeth that tear through meat, but like,
I
have you
was
ever
wondered
tried to
that. How
tear
do
through a
y'all.
fucking steak? Like, nigga, that shit is difficult. If it's tough meat, that's not easy to do. Like, I understand, oh, you get bit. That's how I think of, like, people turns. Like, oh, you get bit. So, like,
They
you
be
done.
like ripping out like whole flesh.
Which is not how teeth work. Not human teeth, anyway.
Not we don't have the canine strong enough to rip through skin and
Like, yeah.
tendons and bone
You know,
like that.
you know how parts
Unless
of your teeth
apparently the
oxidize?
virus and being dead strengthens your teeth somehow, which it
Which,
yeah.
doesn't.
that would it make sense? So, like I said, as I logic my way through a zombie apocalypse, if they
But if you look at the teeth in World
Um,
War Z, I used to think they had like special zombie teeth, right? But I see now, like after having rewatched it, because apparently
okay.
the cable channels think this shit's funny, so they keep playing the end of the world movies.
me
Like
as
niggas don't have
specific.
anxiety. They done played the flu,
She's
the
talking because I
happening.
still can't hear her.
Yeah, she's talking about how cable channels are playing this up. They keep playing zombie movies and apocalyptic movies like this
Yeah,
shit is
they,
funny, which would be
yeah, like
me as a
Contagion.
this
They
sadistic
keep showing
joy
Contagion.
or I'm Legend
Yeah.
Contagion, The Flu, I Am Legend, The Happening, World
or
War Z,
Happening World War Z,
The Walking Dead. They keep playing
Walking
these
Dead.
movies and they're acting like it's funny, and I'm like, ha ha. But here's the thing: I watched World War Z, and I remember thinking like, damn, they got zombie teeth, they got special zombie teeth, and I want to know like biologically how does that work? Does like biologically
Biology.
how does that work? Because what happens to your body that all the calcium is just in your body goes to your teeth? You just got strong ass teeth. What happens? But now I've watched it, I realize that because they're dying, their body is rotting, so their gums are retracting, and it made it look like they had super long, strong teeth. In reality, it was just their regular adult teeth. And when they would bite, they didn't have any fat in their cheeks, so their biting seemed stronger. So it was making like almost like knocking on wood sound when they would bite down on something, or they would bite down on their own teeth, right? But then
Mm.
I noticed in that movie, the zombies never ate anyone. They just bit people. They never actually went around like eating people. It was almost like the zombies were trying to continuously infect. Like they didn't ever actually eat.
Like they're
And they
antibody, like they're the actual disease, and they're just trying to cause more. It's like when you have
Yeah.
a disease in your body and it just multiplies. It's kind of like what the zombies do. Okay, Kiana, did you hear any of that?
Nope.
Okay, just to paraphrase what she said, give you a quick spark notes. She was saying that she noticed the zombies in World War Z. They look like it's like all she thought like all their calcium went to their teeth, like which first of all wouldn't make sense because nigga, that means your bones are
Hey.
brittle and you're not going anywhere. One, but she was like, what she realized is their bodies were decaying, so their gums were like retracting because your
Eating?
body's
Yeah.
decaying. Yeah, so it looks like their teeth were bigger, but they're just normal adult teeth. And when they bite down, because they didn't have any fat in their cheeks, it would make like a knocking on wood sound because like you're just knocking against other teeth. And she realized that the zombies in World War Z weren't actually eating people; they were just biting people and spreading the infection. So, like I said, it's like the disease that got into your body, and they're just more
True.
like a
If you
cancer.
notice, they never actually
That's
bit, and they
true.
only bit people that were healthy.
Mm.
They never attacked the sick people.
Yeah, they're
It
only
would
bit
make
people that
more
were
sense
healthy. They
than
never
just
attacked sick
eating,
people.
just trying to spread the disease through forced bites, I guess, and then
Yeah, like
dying
logically,
immediately, I guess.
which is interesting. Like they just pass on the disease and die because like your body, like Victoria said, your body wouldn't last through that. Like you get like if all the calcium's going to your teeth, that wouldn't make sense because your bones would be brittle and die. Your brain is dying. Your body is dying. You're not lasting, especially if you're expelling that much energy. You're not gonna last very long. Like
You're also losing your fucking
It would
senses.
just be kind of dumb for a virus to kill so much of your body.
but you still have
That's
motor functions. It just
yeah, and it just wouldn't make sense because viruses tend to viruses need your cells to be alive because that's how they make, themselves. They need your cells to do that. So your cells, they don't usually tend to kill your cells off. But they do weaken your immune system so that other disease will really, take you out for the most part. So for a virus to then get in your body and then kill you, but then raise you, I think a zombie apocalypse more than likely would happen straight up from a parasite than anything else, not a
but wouldn't
virus.
that also kill you?
Yeah,
It's like it's
but they don't need your cells to live for it
I
to,
mean, okay.
quickly take over your body.
But the thing
It
about a
doesn't
parasite,
necessarily need you to be alive either, because it can live on your dead body until something else comes by and either eats you and it goes into them, or I don't know, like it gets in the water somehow and you drink from the water and it gets back into you. So it doesn't necessarily need you to be alive. It only needs
but
you
if
to
you're not alive,
transport.
I get that. But if you're not alive, then it seems like it can't really do anything because you still wouldn't have your motor functions.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
like, if you die, you're done. And if what I
Yeah,
understand,
but
a
it
parasite
still
after you
has
die,
other things to transport it. It doesn't necessarily need you.
yeah. But like my understanding of a parasite is it's a parasite, so it eats away at you. Like,
Yeah, it takes all of everything from you.
yeah, so it'd eat away from you, and still like they wouldn't last super long then either.
Yeah.
Like people make like zombies give you superpowers, which that shit don't make sense.
I don't understand how they get like super strong all of a sudden.
Which just it's a disease or a parasite, nigga. You dying. That's why.
I don't know what
They
they
just
got.
that logic doesn't make any sense. Like if your body's dying, why would you
It's,
all of a sudden get super speed?
Right. Like that don't make sense.
We
So
got 35 seconds, folks.
well, we can finish this on a different day because I feel like this is an interesting conversation to have. But we can finish. I feel very enlightened. But we can finish
oh,
this
you
on a
know
different
what?
day.
Oh, just real quick though, a better zombie alternative, probably a
What?
fungus.
She said a better. Victoria, can you hear her? Because I know she can't
You
hear
hear
you.
her.
Okay.
I love how you're playing
Yeah.
interpreter. I appreciate it. It's great.
Fungus,
I
probably because there already exists a fungus that turns things into zombies.
Yeah, I
yeah.
heard that when it
But there's also
does
a
it to
parasite
animals.
that can turn animals into zombies. So it's like, I mean, they only mostly I think it's a parasite that only attacks deer and moose and stuff. So
So people start eating fucking deer and moose and shit. But then again, it was still
technically, it
not.
doesn't. It turns them into zombies in the same way that like anybody who gets a brain infection or something and they have a dying brain will get turned into a
You're basically
zombie
a walking vegetable.
in the quite literal sense of what a zombie is.
And they would still move slow because motor functions are slow, and they would still die.
They're in a trance-like state. They don't understand. They're walking around. They're just kind of moving, not doing anything. They
So
can't
like,
seem to like make connections in their brain anymore. They just have extensive brain damage. That's usually what it does to like the deer and the moose and stuff. It just damages their brain to the point where they're just kind of they don't know what they're doing. They're just walking around. They're dying slowly. But there's
so
a
like
fungus
again,
that
that's it.
actually quite literally kills insects, but not their brain, and then forces them to climb above their nest, and then latch on so that it can grow out of their head and sprinkle its fungus spores all over
Yeah, I've seen that. I hate that.
the
I hate
Yeah.
that.
existing
I hate that
nest.
so much.
Now
My my thing was
that's quite literally a zombie.
Real quick, can I bring up something that is not
It's not
related to
cool.
zombies that I found out earlier?
Victoria wants to bring up something that's not related to zombies that she found out earlier. Go ahead.
Okay, this will be the last thing we talk about because I'm literally going to put approximately a minute, 160 seconds on the clock.
She's putting the extra 60 seconds on the clock because the last thing we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, start. Okay.
Fun. I mean,
Basically, here's what I learned. I learned today that there is a butterfly. I don't know exactly where it is, but there is a butterfly that that it needs a specific flower to lay its eggs in, and it has to be close to ants. So it has to have a long flower and it has to be really close to ants, right? And the reason for that is that once it lays its egg and the caterpillar is born, obviously the caterpillar it is vulnerable. Yeah, no, it doesn't eat ants. It
Oh,
ants eat it actually, but once it's born, it's very vulnerable because it's a caterpillar and it doesn't have any way to defend itself. So what it does is after it's born on the flower, it doesn't eat the flower, it doesn't do any of that. It makes a little like a rope from silk, and it slides down the rope and it sits there and it waits for the ants to come. Which I was like, oh, that's suicide, all right? Just stick with me.
yeah.
And it waits for the ants to come, right? And the ants take it. What the caterpillar does is it releases the scent that ant larvae does. So the ants come and they take it back to the ant nest house thing and they feed it because they think it's larvae. And as it gets bigger, it starts to produce the sound that queen ants make. So it will literally feed this larvae, this caterpillar, until like it will literally at some point will choose to feed it over its actual like ant young. Like it will choose to feed it before it feeds the queen or anything, right? And then this larvae caterpillar will finesse its whole life. It finesses for 2 years straight. Like if there could be an ant famine, this nigga's getting fed no matter what, right? It will finesse for a full 2 years. And then all of a sudden, when it goes into its, I was gonna say papoose, Remy Ma's husband. That's not what it is.
When it goes to Remy Ma's husband, yes.
When it goes into its cocoon phase, right? The ants get confused and it stays like that until it hatches. And when it hatches, number one, not only is it beautiful, like, hun, this is a sugar baby of an animal if I've ever seen one. And not only is it beautiful, it has no remorse for what it did. It doesn't stick around. It doesn't do anything. It just leaves. It just fucking
So it's
dips.
like it's literally just there's women out there that are this butterfly. All right, there's people, not just women, because boys are like this too. All right, Kiana, let me give you a quick rundown of this sugar baby butterfly. So Victoria's telling me about this butterfly. So there's this butterfly that has to find this specific flower and it needs to be by ants, right? So when the larvae or the caterpillar hatches, it creates like this silk from the flower, and it will go because the ants eat this caterpillar. Like this is the shit that they eat. So the caterpillar will make silk and a silk rope. It'll go down and it'll keep on the ground and wait for the ants to come. So when the ants comes, it releases pheromones similar to ant larvae. So the ants will take it back to their nest and feed it because they think it's a larvae.
Mm.
And when it gets older, it makes the sound that a queen ant makes. So they're gonna feed this caterpillar no matter what. So they're gonna keep feeding it and feeding it and feeding it no matter what. Even if there's like an ant famine, they're gonna keep feeding this caterpillar, so it's always gonna get fed. So it grows and does this for 2 years, finesses the whole system for 2 years, and Victoria said they created a papoose instead of a cocoon, but I had to parlay that. That was funny. They make a papoose. I mean, like a Remy Moss husband, and they, hatch, and they're gorgeous and they're beautiful, and then they fucking leave. So they're sugar baby butterflies, and they don't care. They have no remorse of what they did, and they're beautiful, and they leave.
Wow.
And they go and they do it again. They just repeat the cycle.
They're like a
then
toxic relationship if I've ever seen one.
just leave, and then the ants are like, so what? Wait, what?
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck? So,
Like,
but
where are all the queens? There was like 6 of them in here.
right,
Oh,
like,
well,
yeah. So that's the butterfly. I want to look it up because that sounds fascinating. I'm glad we didn't know that.
it's
No,
like my type of life right there.
right. Like, how do I do that? I'm gonna start just giving off pheromones. Like, hey, take care of me. Feed me.
you you spray yourself with like 1,000 different perfumes. Somebody's gonna catch the scent.
Somebody's gonna catch the scent. She said you spray yourself with a bunch of perfumes. Like somebody's gonna catch the scent. So,
But this has been kind of wokish. We really need to sign off because it is now. Oh, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's Sunday. Happy
it's
Easter, by the way.
Happy Easter. I gotta stay up to watch the sun come up because sunrise service. As we talk about zombies, we talk about Jesus rose from the dead. On today, and my brain is doing weird things, but it's okay.
It's cool. But happy Easter anyway. And this has been kind of wokish. Kiana can't hear me. Fuck that bitch. I'm
Victoria's
kidding.
signing off.
Okay, I will
Victoria's
too be signing off.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching or listening or both. I don't know. It's kind of wokish.
Kind of awake the entire time.
Yeah,
Kind of.
kind of slightly awake the entire time. And please come back next time where we will probably continue this conversation, but we also may leave it right here. You'll never hear anything else. Have a good night or day or whatever time you listen.